Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Markman.
And my name is Paulguy.
And today we're going to discuss the characters that we would like to see in Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Ultimate, thank you. I forgot what the tagline
is.
Ultimate! So this list is very, it's not really like a end-all be-all. Obviously, I think some of our picks are probably spirits and or like trophies. But, well, that being said, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never know. I mean, Nintendo can do whatever the heck they want. Sakurai can do whatever the heck he wants. It's his baby. He could just, he can mold the game to what he sees fit. And, for all we know, like, a trophy could be just a farce for things to come. And, even the main characters have their own spirits, per se.
There you go.
I mean,
it's so facto. Let's just get right on to it,
I
guess. Sure.
Yeah,
I'll go first.
All right,
my first pick is, I'm surprised. I'll be very surprised if this isn't an actual pick. My pick is Shovel Knight from the game Shovel Knight. My reasoning behind this is A, they already have an amiibo out for him. That's perfect. They can make, I guess, like a Super Smash Brothers version of the amiibo if need be. Mm-hmm. But if not, you already got one ready to go. All of the swaps would be perfect. I think you can change colors depending on like what.
Yeah, I think there's different color armors that you got.
So you already got your different colors for the palette swaps. Mm-hmm. Some moves as well, like his down B could be like he could pogo up and down. Mm-hmm. His up B is that weird like shovel thing he does. I'm sure he throws a shovel like a boomerang. It's been a while since I played. So
there's a variety of weapons that you buy and everything.
Like just imagine like Shovel Knight versus like let's say Kirby. It's like so
Kirby with the Shovel Knight helmet.
That'd be pretty cool too. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. But just like imagine like
Strike the Earth.
Or maybe not even Link. Like Link's down A move, he's like
like the down poke.
Yeah. That can be like Shovel Knight's like down B, but like you can like pogo stick off of it. Like I think it has a lot of room, a lot of great potential.
Oh yeah.
To be added in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a character.
I totally agree.
Do you agree? You agree?
I totally agree.
I'm glad that you agree with me.
Which is,
I'm glad.
You could kind of say it's kind of surprising that they went with the trophy route with him. Because, as far as I know, he was a popular character in, the big, vote they had for the last game.
Oh, yeah.
He was in first place for a while, I think. So, it's kind of interesting that they went the trophy route. But that's not to say that they can't swap it and just be
I forgot about that.
Like the whole voting?
The whole voting thing.
Yeah. That's how Bayo got on there, because she was number one overall between, all the different...
And then just one more quick thing. Also, they do have, a 3-pack Shovel Knight amiibo set coming out. It's like, what better way to just wrap it all up? You get a 3-pack of amiibo. You get Shovel Knight and Super Smash Brothers. You got everything you need. It's great.
Art just went super car salesman on everyone. Just
come on down.
Come on down and get this amiibo. All right. So I guess it's.
Please, thank you for listening to my TED Talk about Shovel Knight.
Your TED Talk. All right. Well, I guess it's up to me for my first selection here. I think a good choice for a character in Smash Brothers would be Goemon from Mystical Ninja.
You have to explain this to me.
Mark's not.
Don't know him.
Yeah, Mark's not. It's him.
Okay.
Mark's not too familiar with him in the game. There's as far as I know personally, there's a SNES version and an N64 version. It's basically like a beat 'em up, but it's set in feudal Japan. Goemon's he's a ninja, basically. But you could buy upgrades, which could be supplemented as different attacks that he can use. He has a whole cast of characters with him that could be inspiration for costumes or even for a stage, have him in the background type thing. A final smash for him would be this giant robot. I'm not good with the names. I should have actually looked it up before I actually started talking about it. But there is a giant robot. I'm sure it's on the screen. But there's a giant robot that you could use as your Ultimate Smash, kind of like a Giga Bowser effect, where it'll just clear the board of whoever's in a blast radius or something, or it could just be switch screen over and it's just a guaranteed hit type thing, kind of like how Captain Falcon's is.
Okay, yeah.
So either of those I think would work out. But I think like, just the fact that, like, Smash Brothers is a way to breathe life into franchises. Like, how many of us actually knew about Fire Emblem until Melee came out and introduced Marth? Exactly. So, like, who's to say that they can't bring, like, an older series, a forgotten series? Because I think the N64, Goemon 64, was actually, like, the last game from that series that they actually they actually made. So, unless it's something like Japan had. But I still think would be a pretty valid choice as far as, like, being, like, sort of like an unexpected character that there actually is a lot to work with.
Would you believe me if I told you that I didn't know who Samus was when I played Super Smash Bros. 64 for the first time? Because I didn't. Nor did I know who Ness was, but did you know who Ness was?
Definitely not Ness. That's another one. That's another one. None of us would have known anything about Earthbound because, you know, it's Earthbound. And thank you, Smash Brothers, for bringing that to life.
It's a good point.
So Goemon would definitely, I think he would benefit from that kind of like a shock value of breathe new life into it, you know?
I do know. Good job.
Thank you.
I still think when you first said Goemon, I'm like, is that a Digimon? I got pretty excited. My second character that I like to see in Super Smash Brothers, it's a bit of it's far-fetched. I understand. It's not Pokemon. I'm saying like it's far-fetched that he'll be in it. Squawk. It's going to be Dr. Robotnik or Eggman that he's more commonly called now.
Yeah, whatever you want to go with.
Yeah. The reason why I picked him is because I'm not saying he can be like a shadow character or a clone character of Bowser Jr., but I'm saying if Bowser Jr. can ride his little mini clown car, I think Dr. Robotnik should be able to drive his little egg pod thing.
Yeah, like his little like hoverboard.
Yeah.
Or hover machine type thing.
So, like, you know, his moves could be just random things that, like the bosses, like in Sonic 2, I'm trying to think of what level it was. I can't remember what it is. But it's a big, maybe it's the first one. It's just a big swinging spike ball.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah, you can just swing a giant spike ball. Or, like, shock someone with, like, two little electrode things that popped out in the Casino Night level in Sonic 2.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that as being his attack because every time you beat Robotnik, he would noom away because he never actually left that
the little pod
thing. So there's a way to kind of incorporate all those boss.
Definitely.
Yeah, I get.
I mean, like if Bowser's in the game, Ganon's in the game. I guess technically, like Dr. Wily's not in. You know,
he's a trophy.
He's a trophy.
They made him a trophy.
Oh, I'm sure Eggman's a trophy too.
I actually don't think he is.
Uh-oh. Does that mean is that a confirmation?
Well, neither is Amy.
Oh my God, Amy would be a good one too. With her like stupid hammer.
Yeah, just nothing but hammers everywhere.
Bow.
But we're not talking about Amy.
Not talking about Amy. We're not talking about Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, he'll be Robotnik to us forever,
and always.
So,
amen. So yeah, Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, that's not bad. I see your presentation there. My second choice is one that I know people have been clamoring about, and I totally agree would make a good character. Is Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh heck yeah!
You know, if they could make Duck Hunt work of being two characters in one entity, Banjo-Kazooie would be perfect.
Perfect.
You know, being a former, you know, on Nintendo only character, along with like all those other rare earlier day ones, like it would be seamless, you know. Like there's a whole bunch of like attacks already that they do in the game where they utilize between Banjo and Kazooie, like, you know, respectively. Like there's like when you're riding on the backpack, like Kazooie is running with Banjo on her back and just
her back.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
No.
I'm like 95% certain.
Is Banjo so the Banjo's a girl?
No.
Banjo. Who's Banjo?
Banjo's the
animal.
They're
not the bird.
animals.
Not the bird.
He's like the badger furry mammal one.
So the bird's the.
As far as I know, Kazooie
bird
is a
girl. So we just found out that Kazooie is a girl. She's a red-crested Breagle who lives within her pal Banjo's backpack.
Yeah. Anyways,
there you go. The more you know.
Point is, she would be running with Banjo swapped and like kind of on her back. Like you could probably make some sort of like dashing attack out of that, or make that like a recovery. Like I'm sure. Well, actually, like it'd be easy for recovery because she has her wings, which she'll fly in backpack for like that big like suspended jump that he did and everything.
Yeah, the up beak could be here like flapping her wings.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it'd be like it works. Like Banjo-Kazooie just really works. Like I said, if they can make Duck Hunt work, like it basically, it'd be like, I wouldn't say necessarily a clone, but close enough. Like just from the aesthetic standpoint that, you know, they got a dog and a bird combo working out to fill in those roles. Banjo-Kazooie could fill in those roles.
If they did it once, they can do it again.
Exactly.
It's simple. Simple math.
Kind of like how they did, you know, Ganondorf originally was a clone for Captain Falcon, but then became like its own thing.
Yeah.
Like they could kind of do something like that where it's like similar but not quite. Like Banjo would definitely work for that for sure. Not to mention, you know, Spiral Mountain would be like the good stage choice for it, or it could be whatever the witch's name is, the main villain, Gruntilda or
something like that.
Yeah. Terrible with names. I apologize. Yeah, I totally vote for Banjo-Kazooie.
I don't even know the people's names.
But yeah, I just think it would be. It's like but it's one that everyone's really been clamoring. So I think like a popular choice for sure. Like if Banjo-Kazooie was chosen as another character for Smash, like so many people would be happy about it. So I would get behind it.
My third choice would be Toe Jam and /or Earl.
Oh, you have to have them both together.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's it. Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh boy.
It's the best time to do it because they just had a Switch game release, the new Toe Jam and Earl game, which I do want to play eventually.
Oh yeah,
the game was a lot of fun. Growing up, playing Toe Jam and Earl, it was a great game for Sega. It's amazing.
Oh yeah,
there's two of them. Like the first one was probably my favorite.
Oh yeah. It was like a collectathon sort of.
Yeah.
Like top-down view.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun. And the second one was like a normal platformer.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a lot of crazy, weird things. Like, I think they have like a weird, like, ray gun thing or something that they can probably use in the game. Toe Jam is the fatter one.
No. Toe Jam's the skinny.
I'm sorry, yeah, no, Toe Jam is the red,
skinny
octopus-looking guy. And Earl is like the Patrick Star clone.
You know what? He is like perfectly Patrick Star.
Yeah.
Just palettes, color swap.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure what else to say about them, but you can literally have them do anything. They're aliens. You can use musical things, like their games are kind of based on
like funk and hip hop.
Yeah.
Like early 90s hip hop style.
Yeah.
That's where they were kind of
so like their like ultimate move would be like just giant speakers come out, and because isn't that like one of their special moves in the second game is like something happens and all the kids start dancing with them? Or am I just probably...
I think so.
I probably lying to everyone.
I know there was a bit where like you run into a character who like did like a dance-off challenge to you.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking of, maybe.
Either way, it fits for them to have like a musical...
And there's no better time than now with the new Switch game.
I think their ultimate Smash should be like their ship crashing, because I think it crashed in both games. Like that was the point of the first game. You had to collect all the parts for your ship so you can leave. So like the ultimate Smash...
Wow, what if...
It's them and their ship just
what if Toe Jam and Earl and the Pikmin series are like...
intertwined somehow?
In the same universe.
That'd be
interesting. And the people who built Toe Jam and Earl ship are the same people who built Pikmin. Yeah, wow, conspiracy confirmed. Illuminati's real. That's all I got.
They show up on Smash. Hey, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. All right, so I guess it's on to my third one. I think a pretty good one would be Bub and Bob from Bubba Bobble.
They're the little dragon things, right?
Yeah, like the little tiny dragon dudes, and they're like a super classic Nintendo title.
Oh yes,
you know, kind of like I would say it's up there with like Donkey Kong, the first Super Mario Brothers. It's like a quintessential like beginning stages Nintendo title. where like you just think of like the big golden era days. So they have like a ton of notoriety, I feel, and like they're recognizable in that fact. So that's a good ticket to get you onto Smash Brothers roster, I feel. Not to mention, a stage from them inspired by Bubble Bobble would be kind of unique. I feel like it would be like a stage which would be like constantly customized. Like it's very very random based. Not to mention there's an assortment of enemies that they can litter it with, which also could be used as attacks. Kind of like how Pac-Man uses the ghosts as parts of his attack.
Yeah.
Like Bub and Bobble could do something similar to that. But I get like Bub and Bob. Like that's what like the typical name you would give for a game called Bubble Bobble. You'll just give them Bub and Bob.
My name's Bob. My name's Bob.
If only, would they talk or would they just do like the little noises?
Yeah, it'll just be like 8-bit.
So, I mean, that's really like a giant reason that I think Bub and Bob should be considered.
Yeah, that's a good point for their stage. It reminded me, or like in my head, I'm imagining kind of like the, remember like the Pokemon parade where like the things with
like the balloons and everything. Yeah.
But I'm thinking like you are literally in like a bubble level, and there's someone just shooting different colors up. So when they get a match, that actually will like disappear. So say you're on a platform, like a two bubble platform, and then like the third, is it 3? It's a matching 3 game, right? Or is it at 4?
Or
am I just completely wrong on everything?
I mean, you shoot the enemies in the bubbles. You can collect them like you hit them, they turn into fruit, and you collect points.
Okay, just
but I think there was like letter bubbles you can get and collect.
Probably not even thinking of the same game, so I apologize for everything I just said.
Are you thinking of Bust a Move?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay, but no. Now that I was actually thinking about it for the stage, like it'd be kind of neat if they kind of had a multi-stage thing. Like how you were talking about, like, having, like, these different, like, balloons, kind of like the Pokemon float ones. Like, it'd be cool, like, if you start off in, like, one stage, and then everyone gets, like, encased in the bubble, kind of like how they do with their screen transition between stages. So it'd be, like, a rotating, like, stage amount, just to kind of keep things going, keep them fresh and everything like that. So I think it'd be lots of fun, and just, they'd be recognizable enough. Like, I think people would lose their mind a bit if Bub and Bob... were announced as Smash characters.
All right, well...
I believe it's your turn.
It is my turn. This one, I think... I know for a fact he's in the game in some capacity. But, Bomberman...
Yeah, he's a trophy.
He's a trophy, okay. So, they do have the Super Bomberman R, I think it's called, for the Switch. That came... It was like a launch title for the Switch. And this makes sense to me. Bomberman was originally on the original NES. I hope.
Yeah. It was
Thank you.
Was that a NES? No, it's a SNES, I think.
SNES?
I think.
Regardless,
it's an older...
It's an older Nintendo game that is hugely popular all around the world. So it's just a good choice, obviously.
Solid choice.
Bombs are quintessential items in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Link has them.
Bob-ombs run around.
They have different, like not the proximity mine, the gooey bomb. Like imagine your normal like over and B maybe is you just randomly throw one of those bombs out. That's great. Kind of like what Peach, like her down B can do like a random.
When she picks up
like
the turnip.
Yeah.
It'll be a bomb like randomly. Sorry, I'm gonna disappear in the nether realm real quick.
Oh, where are you going?
I gotta grab an amulet to keep the thing going. I got it. Yeah, I did.
Well, that's strange. Okay. Well, anyway, he's gone. So different Bombermen have different colors. You already have your shades there.
Actually, with the new one, I think they have personalities.
They do, yeah.
So,
Bomberman 64 was also a game that was a lot of fun. Ooh. So it just makes sense to me. Kind of like a character like a Peach, where you do have a random chance of like throwing like a bomb or a gooey bomb or
a big red bomb.
Yeah,
like the big ones from 64. Yeah,
it was cool. His stage could be literally a old. Well, you can't really do that because it's like top down. But a destructible level where
probably something from 64.
Okay, yeah.
I think there was a rich enough world that they could have pulled from there.
Yeah.
I believe he is a character that people have been clamoring at for a while. So, I mean, when he got announced as a trophy, people were just like, oh my God, Bomberman's in there. So I think people are happy enough with him there that if you could actually play as Bomberman, I think he'd be another excellent choice because of the demand value for him, for sure.
Thanks for really helping me wrap that up. I was losing steam there. Thank you. Bomberman. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In the game.
There you go. Put him in as a character. All right, so fourth. Wow, time flies. All right, so my fourth choice, I feel like, as far as like getting a popular character with modern relevance, would be Cuphead.
Wow, that's a great choice.
Yeah, like, the game caught a lot. It was on fire when it came out. It was a very difficult game, and people were just, talking about Cuphead.
Dark Souls. Sorry to cut you off. It's the Dark Souls of platformer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very difficult. But that's the thing. Like, you want to have, like, those audiences, like, invested in your game. Like, people... I've heard of people who play Persona, never touched Smash, willing to play Smash because Joker's in there. So, if you want to grab people from a big audience that has, like, a good following, I think Cuphead is actually a good one that would mesh very well. He would kind of be like, Game & Watchy, but not quite. Like, he'll be like that animated style of him.
He has, like, the black and white aesthetic. Or like the 1950s, like, cartoon aesthetic, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But yeah. Like, very, like, hand-drawn, like, a lot of time invested, making look good type thing. And I feel if you just translated that into a fighting game, give him, like they would probably have to customize some moves based with him.
A little bit. I'm sure I never played the game, I'm sure there's plenty of, like, power-ups and stuff in the game that he can use.
Well, there's definitely power, like, usually, it's essentially like a side-scroll shooter, like a shmup, in a way. But, like, it just looks really good. And even, like, as a final smash, you could, like, pick up, like, one of the bosses, kind of have them do its thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do, like, a big attack thing. Or even, like, just have like, one of the stages. Like, there's, like, a bunch of stages that you could choose from, like, as far as, like, boss characters popping up randomly. Like, like, there's a lot going on there that they could play with, I feel. And, again, mostly because of modern relevance, it would be, like, a good way to pull more people in.
Strike while the iron's hot for Cuphead. I was going to say, we were talking about that, another thing that would be a great addition to the game, it's not my choice, is a throwaway, but, like, Bendy. You ever heard, like, the Bendy and the Ink Machine?
Oh, yeah.
There's a game, so I'm sure that would be a good choice, too. But I don't know, it might be too much for a Super Smash, but it's like a horror survival-ish game.
It is.
So I don't think it would make the cut. I don't think
Bendy would be... Yeah, not for, like, a playable character. Yeah. That's more of a trophy.
True. So...
But anyways, moving on.
My last one, and this is one that I was actually duped. Before the game came out, I think there was a playable demo at E3 last year, and people were taking pictures, and I guess someone photoshopped this character in the game, and I believed it all the way up until the release. My last choice is Captain Toad. So I know Toad is in the game. He's like, Peach and Daisy's little deflector person thing.
Now just a full-blown manly protector. That's...
Captain Toad's a protector?
No, not Captain Toad, but Toad. Because, like, before they would toss him in front of the attacks, now he just kind of...
Oh, he's like, I get you. I see what you're saying. Like, oh, nay, no. Yeah, and the old one, they're like, ah.
Exactly.
Okay, I get you now.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I'm didn't mean to...
So Captain Toad, he can have his little, like, explorer hat on, and, he's got his little pickaxe. He's just ready to mine people's skulls out of their head, and, like, one of his moves could be, like, you can blind them with your little light. One move can be just like an uppercut jabby thing with the the pickaxe. You can take things out of, like, your backpack as, like, a projectile. You can, like, his level could be an actual, like, stage from his games where it's like every couple seconds, like, the stage will rotate slowly, and if you don't, get on the right plane, you can fall off, kind of like Samus. All of Samus's levels that, like, flip upside down and
like
stuff.
Star.
Yeah, so it's like that. So you have to, it kind of ties in his level designs of the games that you kind of, you can't see everything right away. You gotta move,
Take it as it
level
comes,
around.
yeah.
The only thing I think people would have a hard time, he's a tiny character, and I guess Olimar's tiny too.
They could upscale him. Pikachu's supposed to be, but
it's true.
You know, it's up there, so it's not impossible for sure.
His ultimate could be like, what's that? Is it Nessie? The big yellow, or maybe no, that's blue.
Yeah, the big blue Ness.
Yeah,
Loch Ness monster one. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have her pop up and just eat you. One bite. Didn't even chew.
Whole.
Exactly. All right, so time for my final 5-1. I guess you could call this one a wild card.
Oh. The wild card.
But I can make a case for it. I think Scorpion from Mortal Kombat series. I think he would be an interesting choice for sure. And probably, like, you're probably thinking Mortal Kombat is not a game that could be associated with, you know, kid-friendly Smash Brothers. Bayonetta is in there. Have you played Bayonetta 1?
That's a good... Isn't Bayonetta the rated M games, aren't they?
I don't know if I think Bayonetta 2 was T. I think when Bayonetta 2 came out for Wii U, I think it got nerfed as far as, like, the content-wise. But, regardless, she still has Bayonetta 1 tied to her, and that's a very
it's rated M.
Is it rated M? Okay, they're both rated
M.
M. Exactly, and Bayo's in there. Final Fantasy VII storyline is like a very adult-centric themes around it, so Cloud is associated with that. He's in the game. Definitely Joker. If you played Persona, that's a very adult. That's also rated M. That's another rated M game. That's put in there.
You're right.
It's right over there. You can see it.
Wow. It's like a Nintendo.
So who's to say that someone from Mortal Kombat, especially since a new Mortal Kombat game is coming out very soon from where we're recording.
Very soon.
Like, it would be... There's no reason to say that Mortal Kombat couldn't be thrown into Smash Brothers. And I think that if you had to pick somebody that everybody recognizes over all, like, spans of generations of people who played it, like, Scorpion is definitely up there as the top ones. And I feel like that would be, like, the one they would choose. Mark and I, you know, have our differences as far as, like, our favorite. His is Scorpion. Mine's Sub-Zero. Both would be excellent choices as, like, the most notable characters. Arguably the most notable characters in that series. I just feel like Scorpion would get the edge as far as picking goes. And, of course, he's already a fighter. You know? They could just do what they did with Ryu and just implement his moveset.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe, like, give him more of just, like, a fiery attack, ultimate smash, as opposed to a fatality.
I just thought of this.
That would be, like, the only thing they could not really do.
Ryu and Scorpion have never been in a game together, right?
Like an official game. No.
Wow.
I don't
think so. Can you imagine that actually happened? Like, Ryu versus Scorpion in Super Smash Brothers? Ryu... arcade. Well, actually, they're both like arcade classics. Fighting on a Nintendo console.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
My mind would be blown.
I think there was like a fan video made about like someone threw together a video of Ryu versus Scorpion, and actually there was a death battle of Ryu versus Scorpion as well. The guys at Death Battle did.
All right. Well, if Scorpion didn't win, people at Death Battle are dumb. Who won?
Scorpion.
That's right. I thought.
I won't get into it too much, but essentially, you know, they have their reasons. But regardless, though, Scorpion, I think, would be, like, if you want to grab some more, like, notable, mature, you know, a mature-themed game to put in to grab that kind of audience, because that's got a huge audience, for sure. Getting Mortal Kombat in there with Scorpion would be probably in Smash Bros. Favor.
If they could find out a way to make the moveset a little bit more, like, generalized, they can just have palette swaps of all of the Mortal Kombat ninjas, like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile. The only thing is, you know, you have to make sure their movesets kind of...
Yeah, it would limit them, I feel, in a way. Because then it's like, probably like their special attack would just, like, for Scorpion, be fire. Sub-Zero would be ice. And Reptile, I don't know, poison. Whatever his thing
I remember one of the fatalities, I think it was for Scorpion, he would just, like, raise his hands up, and a whole bunch of other, like, ninjas, like, would run in on the screen and attack the loser. So, like, I'm sure they can find out a way to maybe, like, just mix all the ninjas in together, like, as palette swaps, but I do feel like Scorpion would be the best bet if they had to pick one of them to be in the game.
Oh yeah, that's why I sided with him.
I don't really have, because me and Paul were discussing. We were trying to do like a fantasy pick,
like someone we would absolutely love to see, even though the chances of that would be like slim.
But I really don't have a really like far out, impossible or improbable pick. So
I have a bunch.
Oh, there you go, Paul. Spin the wheel.
I wanted to pick only one though, so I had to like, because there's like obscure games, of course, that I would love to see different characters thrown in that I don't think would ever happen. Maybe some not so obscure too. Like we didn't even mention anyone from Overwatch.
I wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want that?
No.
If they did have to pick one, it would probably be Tracer, just because she's the flagship character.
I wouldn't want that just because it's not on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe like a Paladins player, but Paladin... Who knows Paladins?
Yeah, that's kind of a... It's a more niche type title.
Actually...
I would like to see Booker DeWitt from BioShock Infinite. Like, him and Elizabeth would kind of be incorporated in a moveset together, I think, or a Final Smash. I think both of the... I think that would be another personal pick that I would like, personally. Croc from Legend of Gobos. No one really,
of course,
really knows.
Yeah, that's
but I would love to have him. He's a guy that I would like for sure, you know? Things like that. Crash Bandicoot, which would be a Far Cry, what would be an awesome one just because of, you know, it's Crash freaking Bandicoot. Everyone knows who he is. And, like, he has enough games in there that they could carve out a good moveset from him.
Or like Spyro. Because Spyro
as well.
That's a good one. There's my sleeper pick.
There you go, Spyro. But if I had to pick someone that I would truly love to see in Smash Brothers, it's purely just my, like, oh my god, I want. I would love to see Yuna from Final Fantasy X on there. And not 10-2, 10. That's the better Yuna. Where she's like the summoner, and she has like all these different summons, which could either be like attacks or final smashes. Like I could picture her final smash being Bahamut's Mega Flare, getting people trapped in and just blowing them up with this giant fireball, and just, I don't know, give her like a more like very mystical like fighting set. Like she could just, you know, she could fight, but you know the Aeons are with her and everything, or maybe even have some other the party members like Titus, Auron, Waka, Riku, Lulu, Kimari. It's like, oh my god, you got a
Titus.
Titus. Anyways, like there's a lot there, you know. If they made Cloud work, like I feel like if they had to pick another Final Fantasy person to, you know, incorporate, my choice for me would definitely be Yuna from Final Fantasy X, and you know, that's really it. That's just a Gush character for sure. I would just be thrilled. Like, you know, especially when they announce trailer and then you hear like the Xanarkin theme song, like the slow playing piano like tune. You know what it is.
I don't know what that is.
Do. Like it's like a meme now, but
I have no idea what you're
I'll
talking
show you
about.
later.
So
whatever.
I'll take your word for it.
It would just be awesome to me, and
I'm
I would
sheltered.
You are. I'm sorry, son.
Damn, I want to learn.
All right, I'm gonna cut it off before I start rambling. So
all right,
that's what I pick right there.
So those are our characters that we would like to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Do you guys have any characters that you want to see in Super Smash Bros.? Please let us know down below.
We would love to read it, and we would love to agree with you or disagree. Either way, people speak what they want. We want to hear what you guys have to say.
This is an open forum. This is a trust circle. There's no bad choices. This is a judgment-free zone.
Except Fortnite.
Don't listen to Paul. He's an old man. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Whatever.
We want to hear all of your choices, all of your opinions. And while you're at it, why don't you join the Discord as well?
Yep, links in the description below.
Pretty big community. We're all friendly, all super nice. We'd love to have you join us. All that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.